Hey everyone, Base DS here, and welcome as we begin the Supersonic Summer Knuckles Marathon, and awaiting the eventual release of Sonic Mania later this year by kicking this marathon off with, of course, the game that started it all, the original Sonic the Hedgehog. And as we go ahead and begin here in Green Hill Zone, we do have the game's story to quickly go over. The evil Dr. Robotnik is bent on world domination, and he seeks the 6 Chaos Emeralds that are hidden on South Island to fuel his ambitions. In the search for them, he begins by turning all the island's innocent animals into his robotic badniks. So it's up to Sonic to grab the emeralds, free the animals, and put a stop to Dr. Robotnik's plans. And as you've seen so far, Green Hill Zone has quite a number of badniks. You've got Buzz Bombers, Motobugs, Crab Meats, Chompers, and there are 2 variations of one badnik called Neutron. The red variations will transform into a rocket-like shape whenever Sonic is near and automatically give chase. The green varieties will remain hidden in the foreground and fire off a projectile whenever Sonic is near, so unfortunately, you can't destroy those. And as for Green Hill Zone itself, well, it's the first level in Sonic history, and it pretty much does its job pretty well. It's meant to get you used to Sonic's trademark speed, and get used to his abilities and everything else. So we'll just go ahead and make our way over to the end of the act, and of course, with the original game, all the zones are divided up into 3 acts each, and as you just saw right there, there was a giant ring here at the end of the act. Those will only appear at the end of acts 1 and 2 of the first 5 zones, and only if you have 50 rings on hand when you get to the end of the act. The reason why you want that ring to appear is to get here in the special stage, and this is actually where the Chaos Emeralds are hidden. As for the special stage itself, as you can see plain as day, it's a giant rotating maze that you have to navigate Sonic through. Granted, it's easier said than done. But the main gist is the stage is constantly rotating at all times, and you have various obstacles that can get in your way. You have bumpers that will bounce you around all over the place. You have up and down bumpers that will increase and decrease the stage's rotation speed, and believe me, when that thing is going full tilt, it can get pretty hectic. And on top of that, you have the R bumpers that will cause the stage to rotate in the opposite direction. The one thing you want to avoid the most is falling into one of the numerous gold pits lined across the maze's pathway. Reason being, you land into a gold pit, you're leaving the special stage empty-handed. And so keep in mind, if you are going after the emeralds, your chances are limited, so do keep that in mind. Of course, granted for me, I have to get the emeralds every time I play, I just can't help it. But yeah, the emeralds are only for bragging rights and for getting the good ending, so once again, they're optional, but for me, I just have to get them every single time I play. And something I quickly do want to go over about this video, and really all of my future Sonic projects in general, concerning Dr. Robotnik himself. So, over in Japan, he was always known as Dr. Eggman. Robotnik was just a name they coined up for the game's release here in America, and of course over in Europe, because, let's be honest, it's the early 1990s, and the name Dr. Eggman doesn't really sound all that intimidating, so they went ahead and went with Robotnik. So, when Sonic Adventure came out in 1999, they ended up going with calling him Dr. Eggman, just like the Japanese continuity. So, going forward, for all these Sonic videos that I'll be doing, anything released before 1999, I will address him as Dr. Robotnik. Anything after, it'll be Dr. Eggman. I just wanted to go ahead and get that out in the open. And of course, a little Sonic 101. Rings are pretty much Sonic's life support. As long as he has one on hand, he won't die if he ends up getting hit by a badnik. Granted, same cannot be said if you end up falling into a bottomless pit. And of course you have the numerous item boxes ranging from speed shoes, an extra life, to shield, invincibility, just all the good stuff. And of course the one thing you want to avoid the most is going to be spikes. You land on those and you're losing all of your rings. Even more so in the original game, because there's actually a nasty glitch to where in first print copies of the game, if you ended up falling onto a set of spikes, usually if you end up getting hit by a badnik or spikes, you have invincibility frames that you can use to easily cheese out an area that's giving you problems. Unfortunately, that glitch outright ignores the invisibility frames and straight up kills you. So yeah, avoid spikes in this game like the plague. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. But with that, we've got our second Chaos Emerald, so we're just 2/6 of the way done. And luckily, hopefully, if I play my cards right, I can hopefully clear the game without dying. I've done it before. I've done it many times over, getting all the emeralds and clearing the game without a single death. I've done it for all the other games as well. It's entirely possible. Not making any guarantees, but I'm at least going to try and pull it off. But yeah, Green Hill Zone, the most iconic zone in Sonic history, and it's short, sweet, to the point, and does its job pretty well. And of course, right here, checkpoints. You pass those, you will restart from there if you end up losing a life, so they are very helpful. You always want to hit those, just in case. Even for an experienced player like me, it helps to have that insurance. And of course, collecting 100 rings will net Sonic an extra life. And one of my little mantras that I like to follow, if you can, always stick to the top routes, because one, less chance of death, so the more the merrier. You want to avoid death at all costs. And plus, it never hurts to go out of that little extra way and get a couple goodies along the way, so in the end, it pays off. I'll just grab these item boxes here. And luckily, we are almost to the end of the act. And I just want to get onto the spring real quick. And there is an invisibility box up here. But really, I'm not even going to need it because the first boss is just so easy. And here's our first encounter with Dr. Robotnik, and here's his first weapon, the Robotnik Wrecker. So, Robotnik has an IQ of 300, and all the Robotnik Wrecker is a giant ball tethered to a chain that he's swinging back and forth. Something as simple as this would insinuate he's not all that smart, but trust me, as the series goes on, his creations get far more deadlier, and if you don't believe me, just wait until you see what he builds in Sonic 2. That pretty much takes the cake. At least at that point in time. But 8 hits and he is easily brought down. So with the boss out of the way, just move on over and destroy the prison capsule, freeing all the animals inside. And that'll go ahead and draw things to a close here. So, until next time, thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying things so far, and I'll see you all again later.